Welcome back to Moments of Reflection. I am your host, Dr. Derek A. Reeves, and let's get right into some discussion. I was thinking about technology and the technological advances that we have experienced in the world today. And it's very interesting because one article speaks about a cellular disruptor, a device that was created to disrupt phone signals that will keep phones from being able to contact other phones. I began to look in scripture and I see a lot about technological devices in the latter days and time. The scripture speaks that there will come a time when the image of the beast will be capable of coming to life because of a technological advance. We know that even in today's time that people are dealing with holograms and dealing with holographic binary computers that are stacked. And so the binaries are produced and operating almost like what we would call a tesseract, where binaries are no longer just linear, but they are put together in a 3D and sometimes through scientific means, a 4D modulation. And so the smaller then that a computer is created, the smaller as far as nanotechnology, the more powerful and the faster it can become. And so I began to start thinking about all of the unique things that could possibly come forth in society. The Bible speaks about the mark of the beast and how this mark, once an individual receives it, that they will no longer ever be able to be saved. And so the consideration of such a mark, it makes me to feel that there's some kind of way that through what we consider to be cellular attachments or devices attached into the physiology of man, that it can begin to control the mind, the thought process, and even start perhaps shaping or reconstructing the entire nature of the soul and the human essence. I began to think about cell phones and cellular disruptors. A cell phone then operates through what we call radio waves, electromagnetism, and so forth. And the signal then can receive information and transform it into usable information. And this is kind of how the bioelectric energy works within the body of mankind, because we are bioelectric organic beings. Is it possible in the future someone can take a device that will disrupt the entire modality of how the brain operates, how the brain receives sound and information and transforms it into usable information? I believe sometimes technological inventions began for the right reason, but somehow they always wind up in the hands of people who want to weaponize them. What is the possibility of taking a device that can disrupt or rearrange how we process information and how we receive knowledge? Is it possible that one can take a device and utilize radio waves, chemical waves to disrupt how we think, how we perceive knowledge, how we perceive understanding? Is it also possible then to take a device that can alter the frequencies of a brain and alter how the mind distributes information, knowledge, and directives for our behavior? It seems like I'm stretching things a little bit, but again, I'm reflecting on things that I have considered through my studies of theology and scripture. I believe we're moving to a point in time where many devices are being used to experiment on the minds, the physiology, and even the very emotive qualities of mankind. It was a while back. I was walking and we had been getting into prayer, and I began to notice that I felt my body, that it was tingling and that it was moving as though I had a cell phone that was on vibrate. And I know they call these phantom vibrations. But the thought occurred to me, is it possible then, if we can split an atom and cause the atomic structure of an atom to explode and release all of this untapped energy, is it possible that even our bodies, our cells, can become miniature bombs, living organic bombs in the future, that even our atoms can be split and we can be potentially be a weaponized, unknowing mode of destruction within this society? Again, these are my reflections. And when I consider where we're moving with the gene splicing from CRISPR and all of the alterations of humankind, I sometimes wonder where we will go without God. Technology, I believe, is a gift of God, but like anything else in the hands of unregenerated man, it can do so much harm. So I thank you for joining me today with Moments of Reflection. Always remember, God rules and reigns, and Jesus is coming back again. God bless you.